Greetings. Welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2. I am Jake. Last time we explored the surface of Telos, made it to the military base where there's a shuttle that will take us to the polar region where there's a some of the shield network is being drawn, and KOTOR suspects that's where the Ebon Hawk would be. However, the doors to the hangar bay are closed, and because the reactor is shut down, so we need to go there and turn the reactor back on. Now, I've done a little bit of reorganizing of equipment, so the exile's sword is still the same. I put some energy immunity stuff over an energy immunity overlay and underlay on the armor. KOTOR is now using a vibro sword with a ion cell blade and a contoured grip for the increased attack modifier, and a Zabrak vibro blade with roughly the same equipment. And Atten, for the time being, is going to be using a Bothan droid disruptor that I put 2 attack modifier upgrades on. It's not a speciality, and blaster rifles kind of get the short end of the stick in this game. They don't get benefits either from dueling or from 2-weapon fighting, but that plus 2 to 20 damage on droids is going to be super helpful. We're only going to be fighting droids in this area, so I also put energy overlay and underlays on KOTOR's armor, so that should help out immensely as we go forward. We also turned off the poison gas because by fuck was that annoying. And I don't think there's anything around here. Oh, no, there is. So let's get energy resistance up and running. And see how our new equipment does. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that did pretty well. This is another one of those doors that I don't think actually opens. There's this area is pretty interesting because it seems as if you're supposed to come back here at some point, which will become more apparent as we go on. And there's all these doors that don't open, and yeah, very odd. Atten being helpful as always. Hello, there's someone alive here.
Tawancha morichiwa mufalawa ni bobo wishyot kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata.
No, I'm not part of the rescue team.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Tonata biasvia. Jicho watana ikune rakete dinito baramas nucho.
Now, we destroyed all the droids coming through here, and the only way you couldn't have done that is if you use stealth to get past them, which I don't even know if that would work. So there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to just leave, but no, you have to lead him out. But we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna leave that military droid to itself. Hopefully no one else is going after. Good. Alright, good. So I'm just going to lead him back to the entrance. There's nothing interesting that happens, and I'll see you there. Alright, this guy's pathing sucks, but we're back here. Back to the entrance. And yeah, it doesn't always.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
I guess the Jedi Code is still alive and well.
And this is why I brought Atten over Kreia, as that guy walks infinitely into nowhere. Anyone in need deserves our help if we are capable of it.
If you say so. I'm not sure I believe it. There's a lot of people who need help in the galaxy. If we stop to help each one, the Sith are going to be on us faster than anything. Let's just accomplish our mission first, then worry about everyone else.
And despite what he says there, you actually gain influence with Atten, which is the only reason I did that. In a lot of ways, I would have preferred to have Greya on this mission, but getting influence with Atten is important. Now, just gonna... Now that we're not hurting the cat that is that Twi'lek, we can just speed back to where we were. And we saw a droid there. It almost even doesn't even matter that we're leaving everyone behind. Hello. Nice. So, was there any stuff? Nope, there was no stuff here. Atten, what are you doing? Atten, what are you doing? Come on. There we go. There's a good Atten. Alright, actually gonna switch to Baeldur. Because over here is a damaged cylinder. You cannot secure security your way through that. You need to blow it open with a mine. And there was nothing useful in there. Excellent. Actually need to stick with Baeldur anyway. Because he needs to break down the force field here. No remains. That's unfortunate. Now, despite the fact that he uses his repulsor arm to break down force fields, he does just use his basic attack animation for that, so... And you, actually, can use that shield breaker on that guy. I don't know if this is the point at which they start using shields, or we've just been lucky without it. Good. Got some remains. More droid dash plating, which I could not pronounce last time. Oh, hello, they're shooting through the door. That's not fair. Hi. Oh, no. Well, that sucks. Baeldur got knocked... Oh, they both got knocked out. Well, I think I might be able to handle this. There we go. Heal up. Can we break into these doors? Security failure. That suggests I can't get through here. No. This terminal... Yeah, so what you can do is you can overload the terminals, and I think you get 500 experience for doing that, but I think you get more experience for just fighting them. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to actively make things harder on ourselves in order to get more EXP. So. Now here on the right is one of the more interesting things in this. Actually, there's two interesting things here. So on the map you can see military base sublevel. This door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened at this time. Then, if you go down this side, security door here, and there is a damaged HK unit here.
Let's go.
If we switch back to you, yeah, it doesn't even require parts. Reactivate the droid, program the droid to follow you. But if we just go a very short distance, the droid blows up. I have no idea why the fuck this happens. There is a missing planet that was not restored through the restored content mod. I don't remember what it's called. It's like M something 7 something like that. And that was going to be an entirely a droid planet, and I think that is supposed to set the explosion there. Supposed to set up that planet. I don't know why that happens. It's very odd. Yeah. This base is pretty peculiar. Because you can see that there's supposed to be like a sub-level to it, and that never materializes. Now there's turrets here. The turrets have been disabled. Oh boy.
What's going on?
There's a force field here. Tilo's military droid. Droid has been deactivated. And oh boy. Things are gonna get fun. So reactor control. Let's start that reactor. So that will allow us to open the hangar bay doors. All of those droids we didn't destroy reactivate. And those doors open too. That's a very big droid. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Yep. And all these turrets reactivate too, so improved energy resistance for everybody. Okay, let's see if I can't destroy. I did. Marvelous. Oops, I don't want that. Yes, so that will make things easier. Alright, good. Failures taking care of that one.
Let's settle this.
Perfect. No. I remember that being tougher. Of course, I don't normally spec out my characters for droids this heavily, but yeah. So now we need to make our way back through the facility, and there's a bunch of droids waiting for us. This is gonna be fun. Now, since they are tightly packed, this is one of the few instances in which using a ion grade is actually beneficial. Because as I mentioned last time, you very quickly outpace the fixed damage that grenades do. But when they're all packed closely together, you can derive something from it. It's almost like grenades are meant to be used when enemies are tightly clustered. Shocking, I know, but... Oh, did we miss one? Are you still... Yeah, hi. You didn't come out and join your friends? This one's a bit shy. He doesn't fit in. Maybe he's being bullied. Don't worry, we'll fix that. If we can hit at all. And Atten is doing... fuck all. There we go. Maybe that... anyway. So, very important you go in here. There's some loot. And then the footlocker. Chingar warsuit. I think that's pretty good. And datapad. Datapad contains the ignition code for the orbital shuttle in the underground hangar. So you actually need to come here. Which is very easy to miss. But that leaves only one thing to do. And that's the tank droid. The tank droid isn't fun. The tank droid is very difficult. Thankfully, I'm spec'd out pretty well. You can see its feet moving around. I'm gonna drop a coward save just in case this all goes tits up. Gonna pop on everyone's energy shields. Don't know why they're lagging behind.
I hear you.
That's not good. Atten has run out of energy shields. That's okay. We'll re-up on those. Those are... Alright, so now we all got energy shields. I'm gonna use energy resistance, night speed, aura, and let's fucking do this. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. This thing also is dead. I have had so much difficulty with this droid in previous runs. I think I just know this game too well, and it's not difficult anymore. Anyway, because those doors are open, there's also stuff back here. Stuff worth having. Excuse me. Excuse me. Parts, that's worth having. Components, that's worth having. Ooh, a Gamorrean cleaver. I don't think those are very good, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, so -2 attack modifier. It does a lot of damage. And it has a chance to stun, but lower attack chance. You know, one of the first times I played this game, I thought attack modifier lowered your damage, not your chance to hit. So I gave, I think it was Handmaiden, like 2 Gamorrean cleavers, and she kept missing things, and I didn't understand why. Yeah. Targeting scope, targeting visor. Exchange war gloves. Those... Oh, those are what I already have. Okay. Apparently this locker is not actually a locker. Alright. Some useful stuff. So now we can open up the doors, and we have the data pad to do it. So then we can take the shuttle to the polar region. Where I'm sure you will face no further trouble. This old orbital shuttle doesn't have a hyperdrive, but it can get you out of the restoration zone. Okay. Take the shuttle to the shielded mesa and the Telos polar region. And just like before, with the shuttle, there's a series of very short full-motion videos where the restored content mod has reintroduced some voice files from Atten, and hopefully the game will be okay with the constant switching of resolutions. OBS doesn't like it, but hopefully the game is okay with it.
Statement. We have arrived too late. The target has evaded us. We must pursue it. Observation. They have likely escaped aboard the orbital shuttle that has been docked here. The bay control computer likely will have a record of their departure. Query. Have you discovered anything about the shuttle's course? Answer. I have managed to track the shuttle's movement across the SHIELD network. However, the SHIELD network does not stretch over the polar region, which was the shuttle's apparent destination. Statement. Dispatch a unit to the polar region with the last known coordinates and approximate path of the shuttle. They will not escape us again.
Oh dear.
Well, this can't be any worse than last time. So that's the hole in the SHIELD network, huh? Doesn't look like much to me. You've got to be kidding me. It's not my fault.
We know, Atten. What is it with shuttles and crashing?
Egotistic praise. An excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds. I couldn't have done it better myself. Field assessment. I picked up on the heat forms of the Jedi and his allies. Activate the mines and prime the self-destruct sequences. Relieved statement. Oh, Jedi, it is good to see you intact. We were concerned that shooting down your shuttle would damage you irreparably. Quick clarification. But now that we have found you, we hope that we can facilitate communications. Unnecessary addendum. And put an end to hostilities.
Yes, so more HK droids have come after us. Even more. That's great. Any reason why you shot down my vessel? Additionally, I should say, the mines, a lot of the voice files, those are from the restored content mod.
Unnecessary clarification. We merely wish to cripple your vessel. Once we tracked your coordinates, we were able to deploy several droids in this location. Probing query. We are, however, curious as to why you chose to come to the remnants of the polar Telos irrigation system. There is nothing here that our instruments can detect. Eager threat. But we are looking forward to extracting your motives for coming here when we place you in torture restraints.
What are you assassin droids doing here?
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there. Armed and ready. Rhetorical query. So the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
How many of you are there?
Chiding statement. Oh, Jedi, there are as many of us as are needed to capture or kill our targets. Egotistical boast. And there are far more of us than any one Jedi. Destroy one of us, and more shall rise from the wreckage. Unnecessary threat. And our attack protocols are more than a match for you and your allies.
Well, destroying one of you was easy. Wiping out 3 of you might cause me to break a sweat. Okay, so now we got Kreia back. Let's level her up because she did not join us. Definitely get improved energy resistance. And there was something I wanted from her. What was it? What was it? Force resistance? No, that's not important. Revitalize might be useful. Force deflection. Shock. I guess I'll just go with Night Valor. Yeah, that's good. Now we did pick up that gray Jedi robe. That gives her one last defense, and it doesn't have the restorative underlay, but it gives charisma +2, which will increase her modifier for that. The meditation band is a better version of the Radican band. Insulation glove. Oh, am I still wearing the shell-shaped perception gloves? Oh, I think I may have left that on Beodur. Oh, crap. Okay. And we are not going to use the Akanian blaster. We're going to use Bennock's blaster. Because that, first of all, has greater range. Second of all, has ion damage, which is good against droids. Unless... no. So that'll be good. Okay. So that's good. Let's get our energy shields up and running.
What is it?
Then take care of the mines. Okay, that was... Oh, God, don't walk towards them. Nope, nope, nope. This is gonna hurt. Alright, that hurt. Alright, but now we're good. Take care of that one first, because he has the... Yeah, there we go. Here's the heavy blaster.
Where that came from?
Okay, good. So now we're on the polar region. Apparently there's some irrigation system, HK control cluster. That will prove useful. Got a bunch of droid parts. Once we have T3 back, we'll take a look at those. I'm impressed that this managed to stay on the mesa. Baodur looks as if he was knocked unconscious by the explosion. If you can find refuge, then he should recover in time. Yes, I don't know why we can't take him with him. Presumably because this game is set up only to have 3 members in your party. But the only feature on this featureless mesa is this little hovel right here. What follows is going to be another long dialogue. This is going to be our second great dialogue. As a result, I'm not going to have the opportunity to cut it up, to save in between. As a result, this may be a bit of a long episode, but hopefully with the things that are about to be revealed, this will be worth it. So let's head on in. People clad in white approach Baodur. Camera hangs on that for a bit too long. Doors locked behind us.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Who are you?
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense we will come to no harm.
Very well. I did not come here to do battle. Which is true. I didn't. I came here to get my ship back.
Why is it that everywhere we go, I end up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If he is a Jedi, he will forgive. And if he is not, he will not care.
You can't tell him, please. I'm asking you. I don't want him to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, But there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this man we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve him until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Djarik can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason, and now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
Oh boy, we are getting into the thick of things now. On all fronts, in all ways. Unfortunately, the talking is not quite over yet. And we can only presume that this is Atris, emerging from an isolated room of red.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
This, by the way, is one of my favorite dialogues in the game because it not only gives you information about your character from your character's dialogue choices and from Atris herself. You're allowed an ability to roleplay here, even if it's ultimately meaningless. That is wonderful. So, yeah, tell me what you've done with my friends first.
Your concern is noted. Your friends have not been harmed. They have been detained for their safety. I find it unusual that you are traveling with others again. I had thought you had forsaken the company of others after the war. Or is that why you are here?
It was not my intention to come here, Atris, or to see you again.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
And here again, there's dialogue choices that if you read all of them, which you can do, you can read them all their entirety. It gives you a bit of it gives you information. I mean, there's 9 different choices here, and some of them are just, role-playing things. Some of them take the conversations in different ways. So the council exiled me out of fear of Revan, of me, and what we represented. I could not stand by and allow innocents to die in the Outer Rim. They were right. Jedi do not go into war. I deserved exile. I was no longer a Jedi. But no, I'm going to say the Force brought me here.
You presume much. The Force does not guide your movements, not anymore. Its connection was lost when you fell. Perhaps you feel that the Force also led you to the Mandalorian Wars as well, but in truth it only led to your exile.
Apparently that option is out. Okay, yeah, let's go down this path. Refresh my memory. Why did the Council cast me out?
Why? Because you turned your back on us. And the Order. You followed Revan to war against the Mandalorians. The very war that made Revan a Lord of the Sith, and ruined you.
But the Republic asked the Jedi for aid.
The Republic asked the Jedi Order for aid against the Mandalorians, that much is true. Yet that aid did not mean rushing into battle, giving in to aggression, your hate, your passions. You sought adventure, you hungered for battle, you could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
And I recall that you wished me imprisoned, or worse.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. I had kept it, so I would never forget.
And that talk you have on the Ebon Hawk with Atten determines the kind of lightsaber that she has. I chose single hilt and purple. So I was no longer a Jedi. It was no longer mine. That's the way my character is going to roll.
Indeed. A lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi. When you turned your back on the Order, it was not yours anymore. I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
No, I'm not going to say I couldn't care less. I wish to earn the right to carry my lightsaber again.
Become a Jedi again? That is a thing far out of reach. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
Yeah, I'm going to say I went to war to protect others, not for battle.
So your choice was to meet the aggression of the Mandalorians with more aggression. That is not the Jedi way.
The Mandalorians were butchering innocent worlds that we had sworn to protect.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war, and it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way, and you turned on us.
Were you not tempted to help the innocent? Now, you can't say Revan and Malak turned on you, not I, because that's true. I came back to face the judgment of the Jedi Council. But I'm going to say, were you not tempted to help the innocent?
Of course I was. But the Jedi teachings require we examine how we may best help them. Action without reflection is not our way.
These are all good options. So you were content to let the Outer Rim die for the sake of teachings?
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
No, there was no guarantee we would win. But if we had not acted, the Mandalorians would now rule the Republic. Do I want to say that? We could have waited, but defeating the Mandalorians after they had won would have been difficult.
There are victories other than physical ones. The real victory lay in the...
The triumph of the Jedi teachings is a cold thing when there is no one left to appreciate them.
You do not know...
You are correct. I do not know, and neither do you.
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
Ooh, an awareness check. At last it comes out. Was it always this personal with you?
You see shadows where there are none, and hate where there is none. You are blind, as always. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So answer me. If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
I'm looking for my ship so I can leave Telos.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Now, that's where the decision not to fire on the asteroids comes back in a big way. Now, yeah, the destruction of Paragus was an accident.
Ah, an accident. Something beyond your control. You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
I know it put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice.
No, your crime is much more than that. Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet, and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
Why is Telos so important?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
But the Sith attacked me on Paragus. The battle destroyed the colony.
The Sith? What do you mean?
The Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. And you encountered them on Paragus. But what would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
The Sith believed me to be the last Jedi.
You. If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, they most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Yeah, I think it's most interesting to say they're stronger than you think. At least one Sith Lord stands with them, and they fight differently than the Sith from the Jedi Civil War.
Whatever force they can bring to bear, it will matter not. If they face a true Jedi, they shall fall.
Your grasp of tactics is questionable.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
Wait, is there anything I could do to help?
You offer your aid? After turning your back on me? On the Council? The Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
I think it's most appropriate for my character to say, but I have always understood war, and that's who you need.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
If there's anyone who can aid us, I will find them.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove him, mistress. Come with us. Are you all right, mistress?
The exile brought up feelings best left forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile, I've never seen another affect you so strongly. Did you care for him once?
The Jedi have no such attachments. As always, he will do as he wills. And the galaxy, and the feelings of others, can burn for all he cares. The day we judged him, I stood in the chamber and he was so right. He was so certain of it, I doubted myself. He chose Revan over the Jedi, over the Council, over... But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself. We can attend to matters here.
How fucking good is this game? How fucking good is this game? This game is so fucking good. This game is amazing. It's amazingly well written. I love it so much. And we get another glimpse of the red inside of that chamber. So, holy shitteroni. So much to unpack there. So, Kreia rooted around in Atton's mind, and he is a murderer. He's ashamed of what he's done. Apparently, and he doesn't want me to find out. Apparently, even if I did, if I was a Jedi, I would forgive, and if I wasn't, I wouldn't care. Wonder what that's all about. Also, she said that if Atris found out what he did, then he would be punished severely. I came back to the council after the Jedi Civil... No, not even after the Jedi... After the Mandalorian Wars. And faced judgment. And I was exiled. So, just a lot there. And now there are... Atris is aware of some people who may help us. Yeah, so she's given me back the Ebon Hawk to do that. Got a little bit of time left. I don't think talking to... Well, let's not worry about that. Alright. And of course you absolutely can just steal everything. Oh, Mandalorian Blaster. That's awesome. Alright. And over here is where the holding cells are.
Did you find what you came for?
A woman from my past has made this place her home. I did not expect her to see her again.
I felt as much. Quite strongly, in fact. I suspected there was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
She was one of the council who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me even further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned. Unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the council.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
Atris plans to heal the galaxy, then rebuild the Order.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
Aren't the handmaidens students?
No, her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
How do you know that? Were you reading their minds?
Invade the mind of another. It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
Well, let's talk about it on the way out here.
Very well. Let us depart.
Is that okay? He looks out cold.
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
All right, then. Let me free you.
I am sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
There's nothing to apologize for. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place? Where are we?
A Jedi Academy, concealed on the northern pole of Telos.
This must be where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields. This room, this place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system, possibly planet-wide, like the one on Coruscant. I had been told by the Republic that it was not in use.
Are you well enough to travel?
I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you, or join you at the ship.
Now, this is a deceiving choice. So, if you say yes here, you're locked into bringing Beodur with you, and it's more interesting, in my view, to bring Atten and Kreia with you. Meet me at the ship and prep it for launch. We're leaving as soon as we can.
Very well, General. I will await your arrival.
2 party members left are Atten and Kreia. Beodur will meet you at the Ebon Hawk.
Mistress, you summoned me.
I have a task for you. The exile is dangerous. I'm concerned that he was able to return to Republic space and reach Telos without my knowledge.
Mistress, the Harbinger was lost in transit. It was our failing.
What is done. But now I need you to travel with him.
Mistress,
I realize what I'm asking of you, and I am asking that you keep your purpose a secret, even from your sisters. I need someone to watch the exile closely, and let me know if he contacts the Sith. More importantly, I need you to study him closely. I need to know what he thinks, what he does. Become part of his group. Earn his trust. Get him to confide in you.
I will do as you ask, Mistress.
Now that is part of the restored content mod.
But Mistress, the exile did not seem to pose a threat to us.
Ah, but he does. Do not be fooled by the exterior. It is his nature you must beware. He fell to the dark side once. He will do so again. I am trusting you with this task, last of my handmaidens. Do not disappoint me. The galaxy, the Jedi, may depend on it.
I'm not sure if I agree with the inclusion of that. We were nice to Beodur, so not only do we get light side points, we get influence. That will prove very useful. Interestingly, they keep their weapons. I don't believe you need weapons in here, so that's fine by me. Yeah, I'm not sure I approve of the inclusion of that scene. I think it's better. I think the original is better, where Handmaiden leaves of her own volition, which I think is still in the game, which now means that Atris is lying when that comes up. But yeah, that's one of the few things that I'm not entirely sure should have been restored. But in a vacuum, still a really good choice. But for the moment, I think that's going to be enough for today. There's a few more things to do in the irrigation system in this Jedi Academy with no Jedi training at the Academy. We'll take care of those and then board the Ebon Hawk the next time. In the meantime, though, I have been Jake. This has been Knights of the Old Republic 2. Have a good one.